Thanks for doing this with me. It's always nice to see friendly faces back. Um, it would be great if we can go a little bit through kind of like the experience you had with me during the coaching, because it really helps people, and I've realized it helps people see videos over writing as well. So it would be great if we could do this. And the first question I have to you is, could you explain a little bit, like, where were you on your career journey when we met? What was the reason you started working with me? Like, where were you what were the things you wanted to work on?
Um, I think the most important thing for me was to work with myself or for myself, basically to uh, get myself to a point where I'm calmer, not so stressed, not so anxious. Of course, I also had some kind of career goals, or what I thought were my career goals, and they actually changed in the process. But the most pressing thing was my, I don't want to say mental state, but my overall feeling when I'm working.
Yeah.
I was super anxious. I was very stressed all day, every day. And I really thought I need to change that.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. It's great that you're talking about this, because I actually have a lot of people who reach out about these anxiety things to me. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. So what would you say changed for you during the coaching? You already said that some of your career goals have kind of changed, but like, what did the process do for you, and what was your experience like?
Okay, so I think it's super important before you make some kind of big decisions, or even maybe they're not so big, but important decisions for you before that, to be as calm as possible and as relaxed as possible. And coaching for sure helped me to achieve that, because I learned how to approach my day in a not so stressed manner, I would say. I learned to maybe let it go more and not be so anxious. Like I said, I was super anxious before. And if you reach that state, I think it's more valid to, or more valuable to make some kind of big life decisions.
Yeah.
My goals changed in the process. And I guess I started to focus more on myself than on what I'm supposed to do, but maybe more on what I want to do.
So what was the original thing you thought you wanted for your career, and how has it changed exactly?
So I thought I have to reach the next like management level, because that was kind of implied at my job, I guess. And I wasn't really thinking if I really want to do it. Now I know I can do it if I want to, but it's not like I have to do it.
Okay, sounds good. And do you want to talk a little bit about what you've identified as an alternative? I know you're still exploring that, but
Yeah.
For people to hear.
So I, through coaching, I got more sure about what I kind of knew before, that I actually would like to become more of an expert than a leader, if that makes sense. So yeah, it fits more me, it fits more my personality, and I think the coaching helped me to validate or to understand that it's okay if you don't want to become, I don't know, the big manager or leader.
Yeah. Okay, got it. And what is it that you want to become an expert in? Because I know I love this topic, and it's not very common, so that's why I just really cool to share.
Yeah, okay, so I work now in IT, but I'm more like managing things, but I think I would like to be, or I would like to at least try out becoming more technical, maybe doing something with coding, but I'm just beginning.
Okay, cool. I'm still excited to see where that's gonna go. All right. Were there any other results, anything that happened for you during the program, or things? I mean, you already spoke about the anxiety, your goals changed, but anything else that has kind of like come up?
I think it was just a very good and constant reminder to appreciate yourself more. Because I think in theory we all know that we should do it, but in practice we don't do it so often. Yeah, so it was kind of a, like, self-validation through the process.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good reminder, because many people I speak to, usually at some point we get to like self-doubts and, not trusting yourself enough. And it's good to hear, because I think a lot of people don't want to talk about it openly. Yeah, I think all of us struggle with it sometimes. Yeah.
Also a very good reminder which again I knew in theory, but it's like you cannot really do anything much wrong here of your career because it's only a job. So you can try out things. If you don't like them, you can switch to different things. It doesn't have to be so complicated always.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. And do you want to talk about your Nairobi experience just for a second? Because I know that's something that came up as well.
Impact Week.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so when I was, I think, in the middle of the coaching, I applied and got accepted to Impact Week program, which is something the company I work for do. And it has kind of a, what's the name in English? Concourse, not concourse, like when you apply and it has a selection process.
Oh, yeah. It was quite competitive, you mean? Or
Yeah, no, I mean, in Latvian we say it's a concourse. So it's a concourse if you get in or not, but I don't know in English you don't say concourse. It's
good question. I don't know.
okay.
But yeah, it was an application process. You had to go through
application.
interviews and stuff. Yeah.
Not everyone got accepted, but it's what I mean.
That was the point.
The most important point. No, it's not. But yeah, so I applied, I got accepted, and I went to Kenya for 2 weeks, learning design thinking and also then coaching local students. And I think it tied very organically with the coaching experience because basically when I was done with the coaching, next week I went.
Yeah.
And actually, I think that if I didn't do the coaching before, the experience would not be so great for me. Also because I felt that I was more open when I was there. I was more calm. I was more able to just trust the process and see what comes out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good point. Amazing. I know I'm sitting right in front of you, but maybe do you want to talk a little bit about why you wanted to work with me or what was kind of like your experience of working with me as a coach?
Okay. I saw your, like, you were mentioned in the Insta stories of one of the persons I follow, but I don't even know her. I just follow her on Instagram. Then I checked out your profile and then you reached out to me. But first I was kind of skeptical, not skeptical, but you know, a lot of people reach out to you on Instagram. But then we had this first call. And the way you presented your program and also the way you were speaking, I kind of felt, I felt that I would be able to work with you because it's for me always important what is the personality of the people I work with. So I approved you from the first call. Yeah, and then actually after the first call, I was already sure or convinced because before that, I didn't know. Okay, I knew what this was about, but I didn't know. I didn't think I would apply because it's also, you know, commitment money-wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, after the first call, I signed up and basically all 8 weeks, or it was even longer for us because we didn't meet every week. I didn't have any doubts or I didn't regret it.
Okay, that's good to hear. Thank you. Is there anything else that I haven't asked you yet that you wanted to share about?
No, I can share that you're always super available also outside the sessions, which means on WhatsApp or I guess use Telegram or want to use Telegram.
Depends, yeah, whatever people like mostly.
Yeah, meaning that because I did it several times when I reached out to you, you were always there, mostly also within minutes. Sometimes it took a few hours, but that's faster, I guess, than most people do it. So I really appreciated that too.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for saying that. Okay, so then last question is, what would you say to people who are still kind of like on the fence about working with me and are still considering this? Like, what would be your advice to them?
I think it's very important to understand that this is not a quick fix, right? You cannot do the program and then like after 8 weeks, it's done. You don't need to do anything yourself. You have to change or adapt the way you think or the way you act also. And after the program or after the coaching sessions, you still need to yeah, do it very actively. It's not like it's once it's done, it's done. If you really want some things to change or for it to be a bigger impact, then you need to act on it.
Yeah. And would you say that like the changes you've made now, because people are deciding, can I do it by myself? Do I want to hire a coach? Was it a good decision for you to do this? Or do you feel like retrospectively, like what's your advice on that? When would you choose to work with someone and pay for that?
I think it always makes sense to pay a professional, right? It doesn't matter if you're talking about, I don't know, renovating your apartment, or when you're talking about your career or your mental health. Because for me, it was also a very big part of this was mental health topics. Yes, you can achieve a lot of things by yourself, but I am not a professional in this. So I trusted you as a professional.
Cool. Okay. Thank you so much.